All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, reports of the Miami Heat's demise appear to be premature. 2 weeks ago, the Heat were in the midst of a four-game losing streak that was highlighted by All-Star Jimmy Butler getting into an altercation with Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra and longtime big man Udonis Haslem. Now, but since the losing streak, Miami has won their last five affairs, which includes road wins over the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Heat appear to have steadied the ship as they are on the cusp of wrapping up home court advantage throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs as they look to get back to the NBA Finals for the second time in the last 3 years. But when it's all said and done, does Miami have what it takes to win it all, to get back to the finals and win it all? Now, as always under Eric Spoelstra, the Heat are doing it with defense as they are third in the NBA in points allowed this season, while they are fourth in opponents' field goal percentage. You think about the additions of point guard Kyle Lowry, along with forward PJ Tucker, and what they bring to the table. Both of these men were able to win championships in recent years. Of course, Lowry in 2019 is a member of the Toronto Raptors, and then Tucker last year as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. And of course, Lowry is one of the better floor generals of this era, while Tucker is a tough-minded and hard-nosed defender that on the perimeter, and he really fits in to what Miami is doing on that side of the basketball. Now, with that said, you still have Jimmy Butler and you have Bam Adebayo, and no team has a better shooting percentage from beyond the three-point arc this season than the Heat. Just look at the contributions of Tyler Harrell and Duncan Robinson. So, with that all said and done, when it's all said and done, you have to ask yourself, does Miami have enough to get back to the finals? And I mean, I'm looking at this team, and Miami does lack some size, but they have heart, they have toughness, and they know how to scrap. And that was the same mentality that they used 2 years ago in the playoff bubble when they were two games away from winning a championship. Now, the thing is, Jimmy Butler, as good as he is, he's not going to be a guy in the playoffs that's going to give you 30 every single night. No, but he's going to be consistent. And the same thing is going to be for Bam Adebayo. The thing is, for Miami, they got to keep knocking down the shots and they have to keep playing D and they have to do the little things. You look at the Heat right now, they're 52 and 28, and they're sitting in a good spot right now as far as having a chance to wrap up home court advantage. That's going to be big for them because if you're Miami, you want to try to avoid Milwaukee until the Eastern Conference Finals. Possibility of playing Philly in the second round. And I'm looking at it like this. I got a lot to talk about with Philly. I'll get to that, on a later date and time. But, Miami does have a puncher's chance there, but they still have to worry about who they get coming out of the playoff bubble. I mean, they could potentially face the Brooklyn Nets in the first round, and the Nets could be a very dangerous team if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are on top of their game. So, from this standpoint, I will give Miami a puncher's chance. Like I said, it's the intangibles that they bring to the table. They play D, they do all of the little things. And I think it's a credit to them because they were able to put the issues that we saw with this team several weeks ago in the rearview mirror and keep on going. And that's very important because, you know, with what happened, we've seen other teams and other sports, and even in NBA as well, where they didn't have the leadership and they spiraled out of control. This is a veteran team. They rallied around that. It would have been easy for them throwing the towel after the whole dust up with Jimmy Butler, Spoelstra, and Haslam, but that wasn't the case. The Heat have rallied. They're right back on track, and they're looking like they can be a very formidable team when the postseason begins in a few days. So Miami is righted the ship. Let's see what they can do for the playoffs. And this is going to be one dangerous team in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 pounds of sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There is also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.